Welcome to the Holiday Extravaganza. This is the finale. We have been honored to be a part of 5 of the 15 games being played, and this one is the finale. And fittingly, North Farmington, the host school, who's 4-1, will take on Detroit Loyola, who is 3-1, coming off a win last night when they knocked off Romulus Summit Academy. Welcome inside North Farmington High School. We are the PreP, and we are here to cover these two teams. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Thanks for having us here for this contest. And Stick, it's exciting times to be a basketball fan. The 5th game of the day is right here, and we're excited for Detroit Loyola, who's a small school under 300 kids from the Catholic League, and they're here to take on big North Farmington, the Raiders. We're excited for this matchup.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about in the first game. North Farmington dropping the first game here at the tournament. You know they're going to come out hungry tonight. You know that they're going to try to get that win, especially in front of your home crowd. And, you know, you can't leave 0-2 at your own tournament. It just can't happen. And for Loyola, we're looking at them to get up and down the court and really use their speed to their advantage because they're a speed-based team. They're a little smaller than North Farmington, so they're going to have to use their speed, get out in transition, and try to create some baskets.
Yeah, no doubt. North Farmington, Ryan Hurst, their big piece, who came over from West Bloomfield, is going to have to be a big part tonight. Wasn't always the man. It's a North Farmington team with 7 transfers, Stick, and of course with 7 transfers comes learning each other and learning how to develop. It's not just Ryan Hurst alone, but this team's still trying to find its mojo here 6 games into the season.
Yeah, but that also leads to excitement, and it leads to trying new things and putting guys in different positions. So as the coach for North Farmington, he's going to have a good time tonight because he's still tinkering. And that's kind of the process that coaches love till they can figure it out. And then once they do, this team's going to take off.
That's right. Coach Negoshian led this club to 8-2 last year, and they were not able to participate in the MHSA tournament. It's gotten a little bit of fire in their belly to return and get things right. And this is a team that is 4-0 coming into the tournament. They knocked off East Lansing, DEPSA, a team we saw yesterday, Henry Ford, and Westland John Glenn. So we expect a battle. Detroit Loyola is an interesting story. They're a fun story from the Catholic League's AA division. And we'll hear from Dennis Morey II here coming up momentarily. But look, Loyola's a team that can compete, and they've got a really exciting defense that really likes to pressure you and cause a headache.
Yeah, and that's going back to the athleticism that they have. You use it as you can. That speed is a weapon, so you make sure that you are all over the offense, all over creating havoc, getting in passing lanes, just doing what you can do to disrupt the North Farmington team tonight.
This is a team that last year went 11-5 under Dennis Morey II, and they faced a team called Flint Beecher in the quarterfinals, and that's a tough matchup. Beecher went on to win.
Pretty good history to Flint Beecher.
Yeah, Mike Williams and company went on to win that state title, but this is a team all full of juniors. I mean, it is loaded. It's like the team of Huron of last year we talked about. Loyola is loaded with juniors. We'll talk more about those juniors and the fun matchup ahead. It's the OAA's North Farmington Raiders against the Catholic League's AA division Detroit Loyola Bulldogs, trying for the upset. We're back with Dennis Morey II right after this. Welcome back to the North Farmington Holiday Extravaganza as we get ready for Loyola taking on the host school, North Farmington. We're with head coach Dennis Morey II. The Loyola Bulldogs are in the house representing the Catholic League here tonight. Welcome to North Farmington in this Holiday Extravaganza.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Your team's coming off a win last night. They did nice work. Romulus Summit Academy North, the opponent. You took care of them. They're a good club. Your thoughts on the nice win?
They're a very good club, well coached with Mark White over there. It was great for us just to get back on the court. We've been off for pretty much 18 days. You know, we had 2 games canceled from our opponents due to COVID, so really just us chomping at the bit to get back out there. Had to get that rust off, you know, and Summit's just, again, a well-coached team, top probably top 30 team in the state. Sure. They're going to make some noise in Division II. So.
Loyola competes out of the Catholic League's AA division. It's also a solid division. The Central gets a lot of run and discussion, but the AA, no slouch. Loyola, right now, the leader in that AA. It's early. You're playing a lot of tough non-conference games. Did you set this up this way?
Yeah, I like playing higher competition. You know, we play in our schedule. We're only going to play one team that's actually a Division III team. We play a lot of Division I, Division II teams. Our whole point in our program is to be ready to go in the state playoffs. We want to be ready for March, and so that's why we schedule, nothing but like top 50 teams in the state, top 20 if we can, and you're looking at we're getting into our 5th game here, and every team we have played, when we play them, is ranked, and I think 4 of the 5 we're going to play here are still ranked. So.
An impressive win last night. We talked about it. A layup with 1.7 seconds left from Ryan Martin. He's been impressive this year for you. The Martin boys, not related, amongst others. Tell the folks about the Loyola Bulldogs of 2021-22.
Well, the Loyola Bulldogs of 21-22 are pretty much the same as the ones the year before. We're returning our whole team. We had 0 seniors last year, and our starting 5 are all juniors. So we're just excited. We have a motto of next step this year. We want to take the next step. We got a pretty good run last year. We made it to the quarterfinals before losing to Beecher, but we want to go to that next step. We want to try and make it to the Final Four. And so we're just taking every game in this process to build on that to get us better for that opportunity.
You scouted North Farmington, your opponent tonight, and you saw them lose to Williamston in a very tough matchup in their first game. Talk about playing North Farmington, a Division I school, and a school that's being discussed amongst some of the best in that top 20.
I think when you got a player like Ryan Hurst, he draws a lot of attention. I think the school draws a lot of attention. They've been to a state championship game. They make deep runs. They've got a great culture here with their staff, long tradition. I think we're just, we're excited to play a team that is physical. They're aggressive. They're gonna throw a 2-2-1-S. They're gonna throw a 2-3 zone. They're gonna trap. They're gonna try and speed up the game, and that's the way we like it. So it's gonna be a great opportunity for our guys.
Dennis Morey, the second head coach, Detroit Loyola, also the athletic director. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Best of luck tonight. We'll catch up with you down the line.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate his time. Starting lineups are next. This is the Prep.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Yes, welcome back to the Holiday Extravaganza. Let's meet the starters for tonight's ball game. We'll start first with the road team, the Detroit Loyola Bulldogs, who come in at 3-1, and they're led by Dennis Morey II, in a 6-year 2000 grad of University of Detroit Jesuit High School. They will start at the point guard spot with Amari Stevens, a 3-year starter, and the captain. At the off wing, it's Deshaun Martin, a sharpshooter, a kid that's gone 20-plus points a couple times. At a forward spot, it's Victor Robinson, a kid that gets it done in the classroom as well. Garbage man on the floor, hard worker. Ryan Martin, who's the X factor. He had a game winner last night. Shifty, explosive wing. And then rounding out the starting 5 is Jotham Nwoki, a long, athletic, raw 6'5" center, 16 points last night, and he had 13 against Hamptown earlier this year. The head coach is Dennis Morey II, associate head coach is Mike Rickman, assisted by John Conyer, Matt Weigel, Colin Horn, and Mike Orivets. Jordan Conyer is the Dobo. Let's meet the starters for the home team, the host team, the North Farmington Raiders. And they look like this. At one of the forward spots is Tyler Spratt, a 6'4 sophomore, does a lot of things well. Jared Frazier, one of the guard spots, a 6'1 senior, energy guy. Landon Williams at a guard spot, 6'2 sophomore, point guard. Ryan Hurst, the off guard, their top scorer, a guy that averaged 30 points per game through the first 3 games. And then the big man in the middle is a future Division I football player, a wide receiver in football, and a former commit of the Naval Academy in Aaron Rice at 6'5". Todd Negoshian, the head coach. And Dwayne Ray Jr. is actually going to get a start here in this game. Todd Negoshian, the head coach, Pete Mantilla, Tom Negoshian, and Jerry Young for North Farmington. Sam Stick Day, your thoughts on this matchup?
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a battle of styles, and I want to see some up and down basketball, and I think that's what we're going to get tonight.
Rainbow 3 from the corner is off the mark, no good. But an offensive reset for the Bulldogs from the AA in the Catholic League. 3 shots on the series. And how about that? Ryan Martin with a bucket to start things. Full court pressure, you better believe, for Detroit Loyola all night long. Both teams love to press. And North Farmington gets it across the timeline, but not without some heat. Deflections all over. But North Farmington ends up with a block at the rim. Watch out. That is Jotham Nowicki. Dead spot left, 3 on the way. Splash City. Through all that, North Farmington has the lead after 1 minute of play.
So much chaos in the first minute of basketball, and he just saved it off of Zero's face.
How about the athleticism
Goodness.
by Aaron Rice in the far corner? Yeah, Stick, he left the corner and saved that off his chest. How about it?
Well, he threw it right off Ryan Martin's face.
Off the face?
Off the face.
Well, that hurts a little more.
Yeah, a little
That wasn't
bit.
nice of him. A lot of pressure. Here's another turnover.
Absolute chaos coming out of the gate. I love it.
Yep. This is Amari Stevens, a 3-year captain, a facilitator, who can score. Left-hand mid-post floater, no good from Ryan Martin. Stick back, no good. And Loyola's all over the glass, and they're going to earn another possession on this trip. They've had 2 or more possessions on both trips down the floor, 3 on the last set.
And we're already getting some jawing going on between Ryan Martin and Aaron Rice, so that's something we're going to want to keep an eye on tonight. We're a minute 30 into this game, and these guys are already jawing at each other. You'll love it.
Yeah. And Wike is a Berkeley transfer. He's a first-year varsity kid. He's raw, 6'5", and he's just starting to learn the game of basketball. That's number 13 for Loyola. North Farmington has the lead. They're up 3-2. They're coming off a loss back on Monday night against Williamston, which we covered here on the Prep. Williamston Hornets came in and really had an impressive showing. North basketball.
Landon Williams at point guard is a nice long point guard. He's got that big dribble and those long arms to keep it away from the defenders.
Keeps this team organized. He's in trouble here, 2-timed at midcourt. 7 on the timer. 3 ball at the buzzer. Dwayne Ray Jr. no. Offensive rebound Rice. And he saves another possession, fresh 35. A lot of grit. A lot of grunt work already.
I'll tell you, Aaron Rice came to play today.
Ray off the bounce, no, but Rice did come to play today. And he lays it in, 5-2, North on top by 3. No time to waste for the Catholic League's Bulldogs. Shot off the mark, no good from Ryan Martin. North Farmington, a school that is a Division I school. Just over 1,000 students, 1,339. 14 on the shot clock. North with it, up by 3. The deflection. Loyola values deflections highly. Dennis Morey II teaches it. Corner 3 on the way. Splash City. Lamar Walls, a lightly used junior for 3.
And they used every bit of that shot clock, rotating the ball around the entire perimeter, and that was a great offensive possession for North Farmington.
Making them work. Loyola, a school that has 1,000 less kids in it. Competing right now, 8-2. Loyola scored the first 2 points, but North has roared back with 8 straight. We get a substitution. Rice will check out. They'll also check Ray out. And into the lineup for the first time comes number 34. That's Lee Hardy II. And also into the game for the first time is Ryan Hurst, who did not start. Make note of that. Loyola, short corner right, laying good, and a much-needed stop to the 8-0 run.
You think with Ryan Hurst coming off the bench, it's kind of like a Microwave Johnson scenario where they want to bring off the heat with the 6-man and some scoring to kind of switch things up for North Farmington?
I'd like to think that. Right wing 3,
there
Splash City. There you go. You called it. And the strategy, if that's it, certainly working. 7-point lead. Loyola breaks the press beautifully. 2-timed in front of Todd Negoshin, the head coach. And we get a whistle on a foul. Negoshin learned from his daddy, Tom Negoshin. And learned well. Tom, his dad, took over at North Farmington as the head coach in 1978 rather. And he's hired his dad to come on and help him.
It's usually a solid hire.
Sure is. Right wing 3 on the way, and that is number 0, Ryan Martin, their best player. He's got a triple, and he's got this lead back down to 4.
And he's got all 7 of their points.
How about it? Right corner 3 on the way. Hurst, the answer, no. And the rebound ripped down by Martin, who had the game winner yesterday. A layup with 1.7 seconds to go in Loyola's win over Romulus Summit Academy North. Don't forget that North, not South, North. Ball loose on the floor. There's a tussle, and it's going to go back to the home team North in the Jordan uniforms.
Man, these teams are both going at it, both giving 110%. And, you know, you hear coaches say that all the time, but we're actually witnessing it so far in this first quarter.
Yeah. Pressure in the backcourt, 2-2-1 pressure is applied. North is also checked into the lineup. Donovan Williams, 6'5" junior, corner right 3, Ryan Hurst. Somebody go get him. He shot that thing from West Bloomfield, where he came from. He's a former Laker, he's now a Raider, and he's doubling up the Bulldogs right now in North Farmington. 14-7, Ryan Hurst the difference. Couple of bangers from the corner.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Welcome back to the action. North on a run. They get a deflection and a steal. Hurst the other way. Banker good. He has 8 points in 90 seconds, and he's been a difference maker. 9-point lead, the largest for the Raiders. Another steal on the press, maybe. But Mr. Martin keeps it alive, and his mid-post shot is off the mark. North has turned it around.
Well, they brought their big gun off the bench, and he heated up immediately.
Yep. Tap out, open 3, got it. The 3 balls are falling. That's the 5th triple of the night for North.
And they are living out there on that 3-point line. Loyola's only taken 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for them so far.
Up a dozen to stop the bleeding, yes. The Band-Aid is put on by Amare Stevens, a 3-year starter and a captain and the point guard of this team.
Needed that shot. Needed that shot to settle things down.
You're right. Two minutes left in the first quarter. The fans are still filing in. Seats are hard to come by. Passes tipped and deflected. Deflections, deflections, deflections. Ryan Martin had 7 the other day. And Dennis Morey II was more proud of the deflections than the points he scored. Dribble drive baseline left. Deshaun Martin, beautiful dump pass to the right block. And Enwiki the former Berkeley Bear, gets a bucket.
Yeah, and you were talking about his sneaky athleticism earlier, and you saw it on the block shot. You saw it on that play right there. It's good to see those young players still trying to develop and get into the game.
Yes, sir. There's a deflection out of bounds. Detroit Loyola was founded in 1993. And they're one of the newer schools in the Catholic League and in the city of Detroit. If you had to rank teams just on the city of Detroit, Loyola certainly falls in that category. And they're in the top 5, I'd say, in the city of Detroit. That includes all the PSL teams. They're here to prove something here tonight against one of the big boys in North. They get a steal here, but they're down a touchdown on the road. Look at that crossover. Derek Anderson to the rack. And the feed and the finish.
And the crossover and the dish. You can't forget about that. Wow, nice assist.
Pretty looking move. How about Derek Anderson, the 6th man? Small and quick. He's checked in, and he is checking Dwayne Ray Jr. And there's the matchup here. That's their top defender now, Loyola's.
Aaron Wright's back in the game. I'm assuming he's going to get involved real quick.
And back into the game for Loyola, or into the game, is another guy off the bench, Anthony Garrett, who's their quarterback on the football team. Number 15. Right here, he's QB1. He's put together well. There's a layup that just falls off. Almost a hoop and harm for Enrique.
So you're telling me number 15 was their quarterback?
Yes.
My goodness.
Yep.
He is huge.
Yeah, he's got a great arm, and don't let the size fool you. He's mobile. Good leader as well. Has some Division II opportunities. All league last year, and he's coming off the bench this year. That's the kind of guy he is. Just loves to compete. Certainly going to help. 7th man on the team, and a great defender and good with putbacks. But anytime you have an athlete like that, man.
Yeah, rarely do you have a big like that with feet like that. You know, so I can't wait to see him on the block and just see how he plays tonight.
And how about if you have to throw a full court pass?
I think you got your inbounder guy.
Hurst, who's the hot hand, 8 points, leads North, goes to the rack, puts it up, scores it, and a foul. As Lakita said, that big body bends going down the boulevard is a problem for most defenders. Hurst has 10, looking for 11. Foul is on Anthony Garrett, number 15.
Yeah, Ryan Hurst has come in this game 4 of 5 from field goals, 2 of 3 from three-pointers, and just really making a difference. Now he's got 11 points to match his jersey number. That was a good move by the coach, bringing him in off the bench, having him kind of spark your bench.
He's done exactly that. Great move by Todd Negocian. 7 points for Ryan Martin to lead the way, 4 for Enrique. As we get a Loyola turnover, 7-point lead, 21-14, 7 seconds left in the first quarter. North will make a late substitution. They'll check Ray back in, or Ray out, along with Frazier. Offense for defense. 5 seconds left. Landon Williams. Ray, corner 3 at the buzzer is no good from Lamar Walls. We'll take a timeout. Let's go to the second quarter. North Farmington by 7 at home in the Holiday Extravaganza. The final first quarter of 15 games played in this 3-day tournament has expired.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Get a look at that bench for Detroit Loyola. Dennis Morey II and his staff. They're the leaders in the AA in the Catholic League. They're going to have some competition now. They got some competition over there. Always tough is Divine Child, Riverview Gabriel Richard. Very tough. They won the league last year. Lutheran North is in that AA. So this Loyola team plays out of Division III. He's led by Dennis Morey II. Making a statement in this game. They're hanging around. They are down 8 points. It's 22-14 as we begin the fourth. Right wing Hurst, 11 points in this game, misses finally. And the rebound ripped off. Look at that pass from Garrett. Yep, that's a quarterback. Ryan Martin missed the three, knew it, chased his shot, didn't matter. Here come the Raiders. Don't leave him alone. You just can't do that. He has 14 points. He's played less than 4 minutes.
And he hits you with the "you can't see me" across his face, too, running down the court. You could say he's feeling it.
Yep. North, with their 11-point lead, matches their largest. Ray to the rack, no. Too much English. Stick back, good. His teammates got his back. That's Lee Hardy II. And Dennis Morey II wants timeout in North Farmington. We'll take it with him. Just a minute and 1 second in, North has raced out to their largest lead of 13.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Back to the action. Alex Westfall is your executive producer tonight. He is Sam Stick Day on color commentary. My name is Chad Bush. Detroit Loyola willing their way back in, and they got a nice looking player in Mr. Martin. He gets him back to within 11. He's having a good night.
Yeah, what a great take, too, and ended up shifting to the left hand and putting it in. He's a nice young player.
Ryan Martin. Active, too, defensively. A lot of deflections. He had 8 last game, and he wanted that shot last night. He went to Dennis Morey II during the timeout and said, hey, I want the ball. Can you call my play? And he said, sure. And in a tie game against a very good Romulus Summit Academy North team, beat him at the buzzer with a layup.
And that's what you want. You want a player that wants to take charge, the ball in his hands in key moments.
That's what Dennis Morey II said. He said, what am I going to say? No?
Right.
The kid said, I want the ball.
No, that's you pray for that as a coach because it kind of takes some of the pressure off you, but at the same time,
that's right.
You want that as a leader on the team. Like, listen, coach, I'm the guy. Let me take the shot. Let me put this on my back.
Sure. Loyola started the season with an impressive win over Notre Dame Prep on the road, 70-57. Then they came back with an impressive win against Grosse Pointe South, 81-66, and a packed house at Detroit Loyola as that one falls off the rim. Dennis Morey II saying that, look, it felt really good. It had been 2 years since we'd played a home game and had a crowd. And as we see this move here, as Ryan Hurst has not slowed down at all, but no tin love on that stick.
No, but another strong take. And you can tell just by looking at this guy. Like, look at his shoulders. He's built like a Zion Williamson before he got hurt.
That's good. He kind of looks like him in the face a little bit, too, I think.
Yeah, those shoulders are what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
But, you know, obviously he's got a little better outside game than Zion has ever had. But
right.
When he gets on the block, he is a handful.
Hopefully he has better knees, Mr. Williamson. He's had some injury trouble. There's a dead spot right three on the way. Splash City. Ryan Hurst is feeling it. Wow. Run it up. That's his 4th triple of the game. He has 15 points in the contest.
And you know what? Can we point to that he didn't start the game and he didn't pout about that?
Yeah.
What did he do? He came off the bench and he took over the game. So it's not about if you start, it's about how you finish. And this is a prime example of don't pout if you're starting one game and on the bench the next game.
That's right. 31-18. The lead has been double digits since North turned things around in the second quarter. Hook pass, beautiful, left corner, pocket three, Ryan Martin with a rip down. He's going to wait for his teammates. Long with the three. North on the run out, and a nice foul by the fellow who missed the shot. That's Trevor Oliver off the Bulldog bench. Loyola did return Ryan Martin and Deshaun Martin, both all Catholic a year ago. They also returned all leaguers Garrett and Stevens, so the cupboard wasn't bare, but all juniors for the 5 returning starters. And all juniors coming back.
It's a good program that they have, and it's nice to see the kids getting a chance this year that couldn't get into the lineup last year. And when you have all juniors, you're really looking forward, as this is a growth year. But if you can accomplish anything big this year, it's a win, because next year, that's when you're cashing in on all your seniors.
That's right. Martin gets a much-deserved rest.
Yeah, he is Mr. Everything for them.
Yep. Dennis Morey II, who learned under Pat Donnelly, the fine head coach at University of Detroit Jesuit. His mentor, the guy that's really helped him get to where he's at now. Morey was an assistant under Donnelly when he took over that program. He was a holdover. Donnelly held him over from the previous regime. He was one of 2 guys. There's a long three high in the right, back iron miss, no. And the little guy in there to get a rebound and draw the North foul. How about that?
Yeah, get in there, get your nose dirty, and you never know what can happen. But we're kind of back to that helter-skelter style basketball where these guys are all over the place, and both these teams just love to play at a high pace.
Sure do. Morey was an 8-year assistant at UAD, started under Kurt Rotter and then continued under Donnelly before he got hired at Loyola in 2016 as the AD and the head coach. 2000 grad of UAD Jesuit. Loyola in Division III, of course, North Farmington in Division I. There's 1,000 kids less at Loyola than North Farmington. Into the paint. Banker up and good by the big boy coming in off the bench. Victor Robinson, who's been quiet tonight. Tough matchup at 6'2" against the big boys for North. Stick.
What a great offensive set. A lot of motion, a lot of cutting, and just good team basketball, and it got him a nice look.
Landon with a drive, missed it. In for North is Jalen Casey, a 6'4" senior who we have not seen much this year.
Lamar Walls has lost his shoe. He's out there playing with one shoe. Here he is picking it up in front of us. But he was out there playing defense a good 7 seconds without a shoe.
Hey, how about it? Tussle. The Bulldogs go to the bench and check out Trevor Oliver, who had some fine minutes. Takes a lot of energy to play for both these clubs, both Negocian and Dennis Morey II, using their benches. You need to. All the energy that's turned out here. There's a 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound, and the big boy wins out. That's Lee Hardy II.
Yeah, North Farmington started going to their bench a lot earlier than Loyola did.
There's a foul. They're going to say that was before the travel. Okay.
Caused the travel, perhaps?
Maybe. I think that's what they're saying.
There you go. Ryan Martin, again, getting his nose in there, just causing chaos.
3:25 left until halftime. 13-point lead for the North Farmington Raiders. Ryan Hurst has been the story in this one. He has 15 points to lead the way. Landon Williams, pressured, turnover, layup the other way. Derek Anderson. That's the junior guard off the bench, the 6th man. And he gets Loyola sparked. when they needed it the most with 3 minutes left.
And it's looking like they're double teaming every time the point guard gets to the top of the key.
Out of bounds, forced the turnover. Loyola, back-to-back TOs forced, and here they come with some momentum. You want to try to get this thing under what before the break?
10 is always the comfortable number, right? If you can get under 10 and it's single digits, you're feeling better about yourself. So they're right on that cusp right now. They just got to close out this first half.
Loyola basketball across the mid-stripe. This is Amari Stevens, who's playing catch with the backup point guard Derek Anderson, as he's fouled between the rings by Lamar Wells, a 6'2 junior. 2:47 left. North Farmington trying to get to 5-1 on the year. Loyola trying to get to 4-1 on the year. Loyola down 11. They've trailed by as many as 14. Anderson 2 times, and he throws it away.
Anderson is quick, though.
Nice throw ahead pass, catch, calm, delivered, collected himself and laid it in. That's Lee Hardy the second, and it's back to a 13-point bump for North.
You like that athleticism on him. He was able to catch the ball, turn in air, and position himself so he didn't have to redo it when he landed.
Ray with a steal, nice pass from Frazier, and finally the finish, and now a timeout. 2:14 left, North up 15, their largest lead. We're back in a moment. This is the Prep. Contact Work 365. You want to get your fitness in order? I do.
It's the new year. It's time to do it.
I'm going to get up early and drive to Sylvan Lake to work out. You want to do that?
I've done it before with them. And
Have you?
those guys go hard, man.
Do you think I can hang?
I couldn't, but
All right.
but it was great. The encouragement that James gives you and the info that he gives you is phenomenal.
He does a great job. Check him out. Work 365 for your fitness training. Fun style of fitness. Yeah, you're gonna hurt for 45, 50 minutes, but they're gonna get you trim like James Gonzalez there.
I was gonna say, you get to look like that though.
Yeah, and James has even cut up since then. We got to get that other photo on there. Email us, info@work365fitness.com. Email them.
The fact that that's not the good photo of him should show you everything that you need to know.
I know, the other one's almost too intimidating. It's like, whoa, dude.
This dude's photoshopped?
Yeah, it's not. It's real. Missed shot by Loyola out of the break. They needed a bucket. They didn't get it. My partner wanted it under 10. And Ryan Hurst is going to try to, they're going to say he got a hand on there. And who are we to doubt that if Ryan Hurst misses?
Ryan Hurst said he was hit on the wrist, so I believe him.
Got a chance here with a 2-on-2. Hurst to the lane, puts it up. Off the mark, but he'll go line right and try to add to that 15-point tally.
But let's give it up to Trevor Oliver for standing in the way of that freight train coming down the lane. I mean, this takes some guts.
Yeah, big boy, transferred from West Bloomfield. Todd Negocian was suspended for the first 3 games of the year. And it was due to the transfer of a young man who's sitting out by the name of Prince Jackson, a 6-foot junior who came over from Farmington High School last year. And Todd Negocian was suspended by the MHSAA for 3 games to start the year. This is his 3rd game back, but there's a decision to be made soon on the 12th of January of whether Mr. Jackson, who is an electric player, if he's going to be eligible or not this year. If not, he'll wait it out and play next year. Go to school at North Farmington still, but he wants to come to North. He's out, but they'll find out on the 12th if he can become a Raider or not. He is a difference maker. Prince Jackson, number 1. And you see him on the bench across the way in that gold sweatshirt. Free throws line right for a guy who's taken some of his minutes right now, Dwayne Ray Jr. North up by 17 points. This is their largest lead. You get a look at Prince Jackson across the way. And he's getting some knowledge from that north bench, learning, anxious to find the floor.
But you love that he's sitting right next to the coach because, like you said, he's learning, he's absorbing. Even though he's not in the game, he just gets to watch the game from a different perspective, which sometimes makes you an even better player.
That's right. Loyola clears the press. This is Ryan Martin, and it's an offensive foul on Loyola. And it's on Martin.
I mean, we talked about how number 10 from Loyola took a charge, but my goodness.
Yeah.
Lee Hardy just got ran over and took it like a man.
Yes, he did. Hardy is a tough cookie.
He proved it on that play.
This is a different North Farmington team than we saw, and I know you didn't call it on Monday, but you saw what happened. And North Farmington has responded tonight after getting beat by Williamston. And folks may say, well, they're playing a Division III team in Loyola. Well, they are, but Loyola's a little different than just a Division III team. Loyola, by the way, has not played anybody lower than Division II yet this year, despite playing in Division III. Ryan Hurst to the rack, no. Garrett with a big body rebound. 18-point deficit. In a first half that has been mainly under 8 points. Nice outlet by Garrett, the quarterback, no surprise there. Layup, no. No foul called either, as Oliver was punished on the left baseline. Great sportsmanship by Hardy to pick him up, though, and help him up down the court. That's a cool sighting right there. Mid-post floater, no. Here comes Loyola with a final shot of the first half, down by 18. Pull-up three. Deshaun Martin, no. Garrett with a rebound, and at the buzzer, the corner three from Oliver is no good. That's how the first half ends. We've seen a lot. It's an 18-point lead. It doesn't quite tell the story of this game, does it, Stick? Tip of the cap to North Farmington for coming back with a vengeance in this game.
Been a nice physical game on both ends, and yeah, the scoreboard doesn't really show how competitive it is, but North Farmington looking strong in the first half.
40-22, the Raiders showing out at home against the Bulldogs. We're back to see some highlights in a little bit. This is the Preps coverage of the Holiday Extravaganza from North Farmington High School. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, this is Adam, take two. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
welcome back to the Holiday Extravaganza. Home in North Farmington and Stick in the first half. A lot of back and forth early on. Loyola, in fact, took the first points of the game, led 2-0. And then North went on an 8-0 run and sort of exerted themselves before Loyola would make another run. And then this.
Yeah, North Farmington just started to impose their will on this basketball game on both ends of the court, too, offensively and defensively. I mean, putting up 40 points in a high school game in the first half, that's a decent amount of scoring. And, Ryan Hurst coming off the bench really changed everything because Loyola, like you said, got off to a nice start. Then all of a sudden, Mr. Hurst comes in the game and spoils the party.
4 3-pointers for Ryan Hurst on his way to a game-high 19 points in the first half. Played 11 minutes, came off the bench. Here we see him with a little bit of a floater, power move, that big body. This guy can do it all. 18-point deficit for Loyola, thanks to plays like this. Tap out, second chance opportunities. Something Loyola was doing early but not getting rewarded for. North has done it lately, and they've just been fabulous.
Yeah, Loyola has had, some showings of that they can hang in this game, especially from Ryan Martin. Ryan Martin has been an absolute animal all over the court. He's been fun to watch. They just need somebody to go along with him. And as we're still looking at Ryan Hurst draining threes now.
7 3-pointers for North in the first half. There's 7 of 12. That's 58%. You're scoring at home. There's one of them from Ryan Hurst. Oh, yeah. He can do it. Meanwhile, Loyola just 2 of 8 from downtown, and that's been a big difference in this game and why North is in control and up by 18 at the break. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. Glad you're with us as we're about to start the second half. What does Loyola have to do to get back in this thing, Stick?
I mean, they're a pressure defense team, so they really need to turn up that pressure defense, essentially. They need to get turnovers. 18 points is going to be a lot to overcome because that North Farmington isn't going to stop scoring anytime soon. So, really, if I'm Loyola, I'm pushing that up-tempo. I'm pushing that full-court defense, trying to get those turnovers, trying to get easy buckets.
Yeah. We'll see what Loyola comes out with. Ryan Martin, the key to the second half for Loyola, and Dennis Morey the second. North Farmington looks to get their 5th win of the year.
And here he comes. It looks like he is starting the second half. So, and we go back to that. He didn't start the game, which was something that we talked about, but then he came in and dominated. So, not about where you start, it's where you finish, folks.
No doubt. 8 minutes on the clock, 16 minutes left in the second half. Ryan Martin with the basketball. Down low to the big boy, who we didn't hear a lot from in the first half, but Victor Robinson, the undersized center, gets some points, and here comes that press stick.
Yeah, not as aggressive as I thought it would be coming out, but, they're still making them work to get across half court.
I guess it's a balance, right? How much energy you want to spend on that effort, on that side of the court, and then how much you have left.
Yeah, 16 points is a lot.
Heat check 3 to start the second half, and Ryan Hurst passes the test with flying colors. He has 22 points and now 5 triples and 9 tries.
He did not cool off at halftime.
Start him, bring him off the bench, do what you want. Put him in West Bloomfield, put him in North Farmington. And by the way, he is a North Farmington kid.
Dude's a bucket no matter where you play him.
Yeah, he is. His coach, Todd Negocian, said he can score the blank out of the ball. I said, okay. I'll write that down. I can't say that, but he wasn't lying.
No, I think he nailed that one.
17-point lead for North. It's been as big as 18. Travel perhaps there. Turnover. Anyhow.
Yeah, a little out of control going in the lane. 3 guys in the lane. It's going to be tough to convert.
They really like Landon Williams. He has not had the kind of tournament here that they had hoped, but he's going to be a big piece. Just a sophomore. Martin lost it out of bounds, and it goes back to North. Pesky defense by the Raiders, who compete in the OAA, and they'll compete against the likes of Clarkston, Farmington, and the OAA Red's finest, West Bloomfield a part of that, Ferndale, Oak Park. Triple there. And how about it? Is that Ryan Hurst again?
I would assume so, yes. Yeah, no, Ryan Hurst wide open from the corner, and he's just He's unstoppable.
Ryan Hurst now with 25 points. He's 6 of 10 from three-point land. And he did not start the game. He's got 8 buckets in this contest. Leading scorer last year for West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield's head coach took off for a new school. I'm not saying it had anything to do with it, but
it could have.
It may have. I don't know the inside story on that. I'm just speculating. But again, Hurst is a neighborhood kid. He's from Farmington that went to West Bloomfield.
In this area, it's weird
School
how
choice,
the district
too,
is
isn't it?
going
Most
and
of them?
stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know. Because me and you both grew up in kind of the Walled Lake area, and I grew up
Yes.
right where Walled Lake Western, Walled Lake Central was a split. One of
Yep.
my neighbors went to Central, one went to Western. So, I mean, there's a lot of that in this particular area, really.
Shout out to Wolverine Lake.
That's right.
Shot up, no. They needed that one to fall. That's the hard-working Victor Robinson getting nasty in the paint. Robinson's a 4.2 GPA. I'll say it again, 4.2 GPA. And he wears that number 5, which is a legacy number in this program. It represents the 5 core values of this program: trust, communication, pride, caring, and collective responsibility.
All right.
And when you have that number 5 on your back at Loyola, there is a responsibility because it represents that legacy number.
I love that. It's
Yeah.
those little things that are part of programs that really mean something later in life, too. When you're in high school, it's like, hey, I'm wearing 5, but then, you know, you learn as you go, wow, that really meant something. That symbolized something bigger than me.
Yeah, that's right. And that's something that Dennis Morey brought to this program, the athletic director and head coach. Dennis Morey, the second. Sam Day, the second to my left.
That's right.
Loyola gets a stop that they needed. They're down 18. They once led 2-0 in this game. Most of the first half, it was a game that was under double digits. Loyola was down by 4. Loyola is down by 6, by 3. Corner 3, no.
Oh, he could have taken that shot, but he decides to go into the lane for a tougher shot. Doesn't quite make it, but that's one of those where you're just by yourself and you can't pull the trigger.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute.
This is Martin, Ryan, and some sloppy hoops down there. Ryan Hurst ends up with it. You know something good's going to happen. He's going to get to the free throw line, and Loyola's looking to get a arm hold, but Ryan Hurst has earned a no call there.
I mean, that's the benefit of knocking down 6 of 10 from the three-point line. They have to respect your shooting, and then when you're this big, you can bring anybody down into the lane and just use your body to bully them and get to the line.
You said the right word, bully.
In a good way. Bully in a good way.
Sure. Ryan Hurst averaged 30 points through 3 games this year. His 4th game against John Glenn, the scoring sort of went away, but in last game he struggled, I think just 11 points, but he has come back tonight with a purpose. And he gives his team a cool 20-point lead. Ryan Hurst now with 27 points in this game and nearly outscoring Loyola on his own. Shot up, no. Foul. Free throws coming up. The best player in white in the second half has been Victor Robinson, the hard-working 6'2" center.
Yeah, and that's good for Loyola. It helps them slow down the game a little bit when you got your big going to the line all the time. So this could be beneficial for them, but they got to find a solution for Ryan Hurst. And I don't know if it's a double team. I don't know if it's a triple team. I don't know if you bring off everybody on the bench and you go to hack a Hurst. I don't know what you do in this situation because the kid's absolutely on fire.
No doubt. We want to remind everybody that the Freedom Classic on Martin Luther King Jr. weekend is coming up at Ferndale High School. Check it out. Sponsored by Horatio Williams Foundation. It's Saturday, January 15th. Great basketball. So many wonderful teams from Metro Detroit and the state of Michigan playing in that tournament. Check it out. We're going to be a part of it. The Horatio Williams Foundation doing so many wonderful things for families and children across the state of Michigan, especially in Detroit. Ryan Hurst with the basketball. 7 on the shot clock. Splits 2 defenders. Ray Banker, no. And Loyola wins that one with Deshaun Martin's quick outlet. And the stick back slam by Enrique.
That's that freaky athleticism we saw early in the game with the block where he was up at the top of the square, and that putback, my goodness.
Yep.
Just made it look easy.
He had 16 points last night in the win over Romulus Summit Academy North, 55-53 winners. Hook shot, no. Banker back, no. Loyola dodges a bullet, and here they come. Down by 16, 3 ball on the way, need it, didn't get it. Offensive rebound and a fresh 35.
Are you liking the shot clock that they have at this tournament?
I do. I like the fact that, something that gets you any possessions at near a minute, I think it's just too much, and it prevents that. And I don't think necessarily teams nowadays play much at that pace, but it prevents the teams that want to hold the ball, get a lead, and that happened so much back in the day more so. But I think it's something that's going to happen around the country. 15 states have already adopted it. It's something the MHSAA is toying with, and I like the idea of at least exploring it. And how does it work, and does it matter? I mean, if it doesn't hurt the game, the hard part is going to be getting the folks to respond, right, and reset that shot clock and getting that system down. I think that's always a challenge when you're not used to it, but I got trust and faith that it's going to work out on the operations side. I like it. What about you? What's your thoughts?
I think it's better for the game.
Yeah.
Anytime a team can strategically just slow down the game and, like we said, hold the ball like a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes at the end of the game especially.
Right.
And even if they wanted to experiment with that, like the last 2-3 minutes of the game, putting in a shot clock, I think that would be a slow evolution towards it.
Hurst with the basketball, 3:10 left in the third. Hurst has been the story. Baseball pass low in the dirt, scooped up nicely by Walls. And this is where North is eating some clock.
And this is where the shot clock comes in handy.
Williams on the drive, had it ripped and stripped. Derek Anderson on the run. Hurst sizes him up, blocks his shot. And North is going to get it back on the Ryan Hurst defense. He avoided 2 points, too.
Oh, and you could see him chopping his steps here across half court. He was timing it, waiting for him, and he knew he had the angle. Just an intelligent player, too. Blocked it with his left hand so he could stay away from the body.
Yeah, good catch. Yeah. North in control, up 16 points. And we got a Todd Negocian timeout. We'll keep it right here. I want to remind you can get involved in being a part of our team at the Prep. Become a sponsor today. We've got Motor City Cruise sponsorship packages. We've got Full Court Prep sponsorship packages. Email us, theprepsports@gmail.com. We thank our sponsors tonight. Work 365, Optalis Healthcare, and the Horatio Williams Foundation. All great supporters of this broadcast and movement called the Prep. And we're glad to have this tournament here. Glad Sam Stick Day is with us. More fun to be had on January the 8th. We'll have games in between that. But this is a closeout of a contest and a tournament that we're proud to be a part of. And a lot of fun yet to be had. A quarter and 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in this one.
Yeah, Loyola's going to need a spark at some point. You're going to want to do a push to where you can get it in, once again, back to that 9-point, 10-point mark. And, back in the day with the 2004 Pistons, if you remember, if they kept it within 9 going into the fourth quarter, you were confident that they were going to win that game. So that mark, for some reason to me, has always stuck out as the benchmark of where you want to be going into the fourth quarter. So if they can get this down to single digits, we may have ourselves a nice ball game.
Let's see what happens. Going to have to get that 3-ball working. So far, they're just 2 of 10 as Loyola. 9 of 14 is North. There's a turnover there. Anderson does it again. This time, though, it's a block and the foul. Hoop in the harm. Count it. Big decision there, partner.
Yeah, but that's exactly what you need. He's sliding a little bit, wasn't set. That's a good call. That's the right call to make. But if you're Loyola, you're happy. Now the clock is stopped. You're down 14, chance to cut it to 13. and just keep grinding away at it little by little. And if you're North Farmington, you just want to rip their heart out and not let them do that. You know, hit a couple big threes, get some big defensive stops, and push it back up to that 18-20 mark.
That's right.
The next 4-point swing either way is going to be huge in this game.
It was an and one, and everybody at the free throw line pretended it was 2 free throws. 4-point play opportunity that got wiped out. Full court pressure here. Big opportunity for this 1-2-2 press of Loyola. Little token pressure. Ball into the block. Back out for 3, no. Strong box out by the big man and the transfer from Berkeley. And Wike. 13-point lead, 2 minutes left. And this is the pressure that both teams are going to apply to each other. Who can withstand it?
And this is what keeps Loyola in the game, the ability to defend.
Tackled him. What's the delay in the call? Tackled him for a gain of 3, sir. By the way, Loyola is a great football program as well. They won a state title in Division 7, and they're undefeated 14-0 season in 2014.
Well, we got to call a playoff game for them at the beginning of this year.
That's right, New Lothrop. That was the beginning of this year.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. Was that the semifinals, quarterfinals?
Yeah, in January, yep.
Yeah. Good football program, great athletic program.
And the legendary George Blaha was on hand, and he's a big supporter of Loyola.
Yes, he is. And that air raid offense. That'll be fun to watch and follow. 15-point lead as the lay-in in traffic counts. Right wing 3 from the lefty, and the bank is open. My goodness, they all count. And that's number 11, Andrew Kimbrough, who we did not expect to see tonight. No, I'm sorry, it's Devin Darnell. My fault.
Yeah, I definitely don't think he called glass, but it counts.
Now, is this a tie-up or a foul?
Looks like a foul.
Ooh.
Yep, slapped his wrist.
Dennis Morey II wanted the foul, and we'll get a better look.
Ryan Hurst, a little limpy coming up on that play, too.
Yeah, I'll say he did grab him. By golly, that referee gets it right more times than not. Non-shooting foul, ball out of bounds, baseline left. 12-point game after that three-pointer. Inbound, easy ball out of bounds, layup. Todd Negocian dialed up, and it did not execute. Banker up, count it, and the foul. They cut it to 10, the hoop and the harm, and a chance to get it to 9. Here comes the run.
To steal a phrase from George Blaha, don't look now. But like we were saying, if you can get it to 9 before the fourth quarter, that is a huge deal for Loyola. Mentally going into the break, you're coming out stronger, feeling that you can win this game.
Devin Darnell off the bench. How about it? Trouble inbounding the basketball, and we've got a 5-second call, and we've got a run of Loyola, a 9-0 run. 54.8 seconds left. You asked to get it under 10.
That's where you got to be. And, you know, like, if you're North Farmington, you just want this quarter to end. If you're Loyola, you don't want this to ever end.
Yep. Left block, Banker, no. And the offensive rebound fight and war is a tie-up. And who's going to get the ball? North Farmington.
North Farmington has the arrow.
Oh, look at Tom Negocian get off that bench. That's nice to watch father and son work across the way. I used to work with my dad before I fired him, and he went to Puerto Rico.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Not the firing, the Puerto Rico part.
No, he didn't get fired.
I know.
Yeah. He was on the verge, though. Kid, of course. 37 seconds left. Frazier in the corner. In trouble. The two-time job with 17 on the timer. Ray Jr. at the mid-stripe. being harassed by Devin Darnell, who's been a difference maker off the bench, the hero. The pressure at midcourt and the steal by Darnell, and they call a foul on Deshaun Martin as there was 6 left on the timer. The last thing you want to see is a foul at that point. You got to love the energy, though.
I was just going to say that, but I will live with that all day and twice on Sunday.
That's right.
That effort is unmatched.
Yep. 10 seconds left in this quarter. Hurst trying to regain momentum for North. Attacks, banks it, and rolls it home. He has 29 points as time winds down and momentum regained by Todd's team.
That was a huge basket by Hurst, and not only is he hitting all of his threes almost, but he's getting the crunch time baskets when you need them. So to go back up by 11, that's massive.
The last say by Mr. Hurst. We're headed to the fourth. 8 minutes on the clock. 11-point North lead, but it's getting a little shaky. We're back to the holiday extravaganza for the final quarter of these 15 games over 3 days. The action continues. We were going to have G League basketball tonight, Motor City Cruise. But that is not happening. The G League season has been put on hold, but it's also allowed a lot of opportunity for the NBA, for the G League kids to get up to the NBA and get some NBA paychecks around the holiday time and experience. That never hurts.
Yeah, and even a bunch of old NBA vets are getting the call up. I mean, if you got a pair of sneakers, put them on. This is an audition game tonight for the Pistons. That's right.
And so the G League is drained of their resources. And so we'll have games, but not for a minute. 4 games are canceled that we were scheduled to broadcast, postponed. We expect to have them at some other point. There's a big steal for North to start the fourth.
I'm looking for Ryan Martin from Loyola to make a bigger presence felt in this fourth quarter. If Loyola is going to win this game, he has to have a big fourth quarter. And that is not the way to start it out.
No. Another foul away from the basket, and that's going to bring into the ball game Derek Anderson.
I believe that's Ryan Martin's 4th, but they're keeping him on the floor.
Yeah. Detroit Loyola is a all-boys school, about 170 students. For enrollment purposes, if you look it up in the MHSAA, it says they have 300 and some students. They have to double it, of course. Last year they lost to Beecher. Foul off the ball, and another one that's on Loyola, and the bench is not happy with this.
Yeah, that could potentially been a call to travel. He slipped and got his feet out from underneath him, but it could have been forced by the aggressive play from Loyola.
Yeah.
No, I think the officials have done a good job tonight.
It's on Derek Anderson. That's his 3rd foul. It's going to send Ray Jr. to the free throw line, and he'll miss it. And we've got a foul over the back on North to boot. And that'll be their 5th team foul of the second half. Here we go. Loyola back in this, down 11. Could they be down 8? No. Rebound Frazier. And what do we have here? Looks like a foul on Ryan Martin.
No, it's a foul on Frazier. Frazier came down with the rebound. Ryan Martin was able to rip it away from him, and then Frazier got him going up.
You know, you put your head down for 1 second and you miss 4 plays.
Yeah, especially with these two teams. I mean, these guys are playing fast tonight.
There you see it. Oh, yeah, from behind. How about that?
Shove off right there.
Yeah, good catch. Good call. We have not seen much of Aaron Rice tonight, but the 6'5" center re-enters the ball game. Lee Hardy II has had a nice little run here tonight. The free throw's up and good for the best player for Detroit Loyola. His name is Ryan Martin. He's a junior like the rest of their starters. Martin has 12 as he misses the free throw. So it's a 10-point game with 7 minutes left. Loyola's led by as many as 18, and that was at the break. Ryan Hurst, a big part of it. They leave him open, and he gets his 30th point of the night. 31 now for Ryan Hurst, a kid who came off the bench. And we get a double dribble at midcourt and a turnover forced by who else? Ryan Hurst and company.
He is absolutely everywhere tonight. And you could tell, look at him. He is exhausted. He is tired. But he's going to look back at this game and understand it. It was all worth it, the effort that he's putting in tonight.
Yep. He's going to have a nice schwitz. Ice bath. Ooh. There's a ball knocked away. Aggressive defense. And we get a what? Oh, double foul is being called. It's getting testy. Garrett getting a little bit grimy with the little fella, Dwayne Ray Jr.
Yeah, that was an interesting call.
Yeah, it was kind of off the ball. Let's see if our cameras caught it.
And all three of the refs kind of looked at each other like, what'd you see? What'd you see? What'd you see? All right, let's just call this and break even.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like. Offsetting penalties.
Well, what number of foul was that? Dennis Morey II doesn't like the call. I don't blame him. It's a 12-point lead for North. That's 4 fouls for Lamar Wells. Ryan Hurst has 33 points. Dirty 30.
And that jump stop shook the gym. You could feel the floor shake when he hit the ground.
He's composed, isn't he?
Yeah, just a smart, heady player.
Guy that's built that well and plays with that much composure. We get a makeup over the back call.
I called that on Hurst for boxing out.
Yeah. Exactly. So it'll send Garrett line right to shoot free throws. They are in the bonus. These are important free throws.
Yeah, we're right at that, point in the game where that 4-point swing is going to come, and whoever gets it next is going to take control.
QB1 on the football team rolls the first in. We got a teaching moment across the way. Dennis Morey II talking to his big man, Jotham and Wike. Shot up and good. Big 2 free throws for Garrett off the bench. He'll check out now for Enrique. And Dennis Morey II with some encouragement for one of his rare seniors. Seniors are scarce on this club.
Love how Ryan Hurst is now bringing the ball up the court.
Scary.
Right?
Yeah. Might as well. It's going to end up in his hands anyway.
And I know I compared him to Zion body stature-wise, but he plays more like a LeBron, just everywhere.
Yeah. And Wike chases it down somehow, but Race gets back and steals it. We get a foul in the backcourt, and free throws are coming.
Loyola's trying. You got to give them that. They're in the game. They're trying to force turnovers. They're doing what they can, and this is what they have to do. This is their identity. They're scrappy.
Scrappy Bulldogs. A lot ahead for this Detroit Loyola club that returned all 5 starters from a year ago. Free throw up and good. They will take on Bloomfield Hills on the 6th of January next week on the road. Oak Park will also be on the schedule. Another member of the OAA Red and also a common opponent with North Farmington. They'll also take on, then they'll get into the league play, and it's Macomb Lutheran North, Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard, their nemesis Dearborn Divine Child, and their other nemesis Riverview Gabriel Richard. 14-point game stick, 5:20 left. Ryan Hurst show, 33 points, make it 30 more after these 2 free throw attempts.
I just can't speak highly enough about his game. Really, it's phenomenal to watch, and he's so smart how he attacks the game, too. He doesn't always just settle for the three-pointer, even though he's 6 of 11 on the night. In the second half, he's really taken it to the rim and taking control when they've needed the big buckets.
Yeah, and not – it's got to be tempting when you're 6 of 11 from downtown to maybe shoot a heat checker. But he's played within the system. You're right.
You see guys fall in love with that all the time. They were hot in the first half. They go ice cold in the second half. With him, you don't have to worry about that because whenever he needs to get a bucket to get himself going, he's got the size, strength, and speed to get to the lane.
He's 11 of 17 from the floor. In 6 of his shots, or 11 of the 17 shot attempts are from downtown. So, I mean, this kid is clicking. Knocks both free throws in. He now has a cool 35 points.
So by my math, he's 5 of 6 in the paint.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's efficient no matter where he is on the court. Then you have him bringing up the ball, so
yeah.
And he's also getting steals. He's getting blocks. He's getting chase downs. 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Just a complete all-around game. I honestly cannot speak highly enough about this game for Ryan Hurst.
He's been fabulous. He's gotten a little bit of help tonight as well. Lee Hardy, the second leading scorer with 8, and Dwayne Ray Jr. has chipped in with 7. Meanwhile, Detroit Loyola, who in this game has shots 39%, is led by Ryan Martin, their leading scorer, with 12. Victor Robinson with a quiet 10. 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, Ryan Martin's been stuck on that 10 to 12 number, though, for a long time. He got to 10 real early.
And just 1 of 4 from downtown. They need some help from the long line. Loyola just 3 of 12 in this game. But, hey, they've come in here, they've competed, and it's part of the tough schedule and the strategy of Dennis Morey II to get his team ready for what really matters, and that's the AA, the league play, the Catholic League, and then also, of course, the state tournament. There's some chicken left on the bone. This thing's not over. 16-point margin. And we've got a whistle, and what do we have here? Loyola has just 1 loss, by the way, on the year. And that came at the hands of a very difficult-to-handle Hamtramck team that might have the best press in the state by far. They are a team that will pressure DU all game long. And it was a back-to-back game. 3-ball, no. Loyola gets another possession, though, and throws it away. That Hamtramck game followed the big win over Grosse Pointe South, and Dennis Morey II said, hey, look, give Hamtramck credit. They beat us 85-59, but we just did not have anything left in the tank from the night before. There's a 3-ball. There's something left in the tank for Landon Williams, and his triple pushes the lead back to 19 points. That's a big one.
Just like that, too. They just had it down to 9, 11.
Right. And Hurst will get the foul on the perimeter at the 4:19 mark. 35 points for Ryan Hurst, the top scorer. No surprise, he averaged 30 points through 3 games, Stick, but the way he's done it in so many different ways, it's been impressive. Loyola misses the free throw. And they've got to create some turnovers here. Hurst with a rare miss. Long 3, top side, banker, no.
Even though there's like 4 minutes left in the game, Loyola feels like they're just chucking up hero balls right now, trying to get back in the game. And I get it, you're down 19, but still play within the system.
That's right. Shot is laid in. The little fella attacking the 10. And North has their largest lead of the game. It's 21, just like that. Nice little scoop and attack that time. Derek Anderson, just a junior. Again, all the juniors. There's one guy that they lose on this team, on the team. Anthony Garrett, and he's the 7th man. And then everybody's back. All juniors, a couple of sophomores. A lot of fun ahead for Loyola. North Farmington has been very special tonight.
Yep.
And really recovered from that Monday night loss to Williamston.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Jared Fraser. He really hasn't, filled up the stat sheet or anything like that, but he has been a pest out there on defense. And when he gets the ball on offense, it moves. It doesn't just, he's not a black hole. Sometimes you hear that, you throw it to a guy, and next thing you know, he's dribbling it and holding on to it. But no, you run the offense through him, and you know it's going to be moving. And those are the type of cog players that you need to succeed.
Yeah. One guy that's out tonight that I just noticed is Tyler Spratt, who is a guy that they rely on, a 6'4" forward, a senior, and he is out tonight. We did see him get injured in that game on Monday night, and he's a bit of a miss too. So even more impressive of a rebound for North Farmington, led by Todd Negoshin, the head coach, doing a great job. The principal at Detroit Loyola is Wyatt Jones III. And Todd Negoshin, good look at him there. Point out direction. Negoshin, a grad at North Farmington High School. Class of 2000. Fine point guard himself.
If I'm North Farmington, I'm trying to use as much of this shot clock as I can every single possession. It doesn't look like Loyola is trying to be up on them, and they won't get those cheap fouls right now. So just milk the clock.
Triple team to the near sideline. North Farmington withstands the pressure. And with 5 seconds left in the timer, a mid-post shot, and they did their job.
That's not an awful possession. You're up 21 points, and you just used 35 seconds of a shot clock.
That's right.
Now, but thank goodness that we do have a shot clock, because this is what we were talking about. At this point in the game, sometimes they just be running the weave up here at half court for 2 minutes.
Oh, the weave, the 3-man weave at the top.
Looks like Ryan Martin just took a shot to the face.
Yeah.
He's telling his coach, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm a tough guy. Don't worry about it.
He is a tough guy, the leader of this team.
Coach is saying, nope, you're my best player. Not going to let you get hurt. Come on. We'll fight another day.
Yeah. Loyola had a long gap before their game last night. They had to wait 18 days between their loss to Hamtramck on the 10th and their win last night against Romulus Summit Academy North. Open 3-look passed up. Pull up. Elbow jumper, North going to run some clock and make this Loyola Bulldog defense work a little bit. It's been a night all about Ryan Hurst. Sorry, Stick.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just going to say, yeah, and it looks like Loyola is playing back, letting them just eat up the clock too. But, yeah, for Ryan Hurst, I mean, we've been talking about him. We're running out of superlatives for him. He's just been phenomenal the entire night.
35 of the 65 points. For a kid that will make a run as one of the top players in the OAA Red, and there's a bunch of them.
Well, what I liked about him, and I know I've touched on it several times, is just that he didn't start the game, but that didn't affect his game. You know, and you were talking earlier, He only had 11 points last game as a starter, and that was kind of out of the norm for him. So they moved him to the bench, maybe get him a different matchup, maybe just find a different flow in the offense. And the minute he came off that bench, he was ready, he was shooting, and he had 8 points before a blink of the eye. So just stay ready. And that's if I'm a coach, I'm pointing to that all season long.
Yeah, and if you're a college coach recruiting him, that's also a good sign, right?
It just shows his ego that he doesn't have one.
Yep. Amare Stevens is going to get a pick, too. Nice defensive play by Amari Stevens, a guy that Dennis Morey II talks very highly of. 3-year starter, a captain, guy that can score but really just wants to set his teammates up. Hurst with a basketball and a chance to add to his gaudy 35-point total if he chooses. 7 seconds here. You don't want to foul if you're Loyola. Pull up, short corner left jumper, known, a great defensive series for the Bulldogs. And Ryan Hurst ruins it with a steal almost.
Oh, and he stepped out of bounds.
On the sideline.
he does do stuff wrong. He stepped out of bounds once.
That's right.
After the steal, of course.
Oh, boy. Under a minute left.
I think that's his third or fourth steal of the game, too.
A lot to like about him. Lob down low, and a lot to like about that young man, too, off the bench coming correct. That's Tyron Griffin, a 6'4 senior. Half a minute left, and Ryan Hurst is perhaps done. North would have to shoot it one more time. Oh boy, they want to put him on the, what in the world's going on here?
Well, Devin Darnell, he's been a pest on defense all game long. He's gotten a couple steals by playing up on the ball. I just don't think he knows any other way to play.
Yeah.
No matter if there's 22 seconds left or if it's, the beginning of the game. He's going to be up in the guy that he's defended.
Hurst happy to get to the line and a chance to add to the 35-point total. And he spoils the opportunity. Both these clubs will compete for league titles and maybe state titles. North has a tough district. Loyola in Division III at some point will run into DEPSA, amongst others. It's not an easy walk.
Shooter's bounce on that free throw. He does have nice rotation on his shot.
8 of 11 from the free throw line. Loyola's got one more crack at it. Free throw line, Garrett jumper. And Todd Negocian will call off the Dogs. This one's over. And so is the 2021 5th annual Holiday Extravaganza. It's been a pleasure to bring it to you here on the Prep and be a part of the final 2 games of all 3 nights of the tournament. Want to thank everybody involved for being a part of this. We'll come back and wrap things up from North Farmington in a moment. Your final score tonight, North Farmington 66, Loyola 48. Highlights, stats coming up right after this.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Well, 15 games in the books in this tournament. Sam Stick Day and Chad Bush with you as this one's all over. North Farmington wins at 66-48. Look, they led by 18 at halftime. They win by 18, but there was a lot of things in between that tell the story differently than the final score.
Yeah, really. I mean, if you look at quarter by quarter, obviously North Farmington came out early, took control of the game, and then their defense just kind of led the way the rest of the way. In the second quarter, only allowing 8 points. Fourth quarter, crunch time, they only allowed 7 points because it got down to 9 going into the fourth quarter. So they had every chance to get back in this game. I'm talking about Loyola, but the man on the mission tonight, number 11, was not missing, whether it was inside, outside, free throw line, and you just see him draining it from all over the court.
Ryan Hurst with a game-high 36 points in the contest to lead the way. Loyola got a little help from the big man inside Enrique there, and they stuck around in the first half. This game was under 10 points for most of the first half, but North Farmington too much, too strong in certain areas, especially defensively. Todd Negocian's group promises defensively to be better. They were tonight, with a lot of buckets off of the defense.
Yeah, and they also did a good job breaking the press for Loyola, too. I thought that was a very big key to the game for North Farmington. They were able to get across half court when they needed to. Didn't give Loyola a lot of easy buckets on turnovers. So the fact that they were just able to control tempo like that, it really helped them in the game. And then, say his name a million times tonight, Ryan Hurst, all over the place.
6 of 11 from downtown. That was a triple from the southpaw. But North too much tonight, despite Loyola having their moments in this game. They're going to be a headache for a lot of teams in AA stick, but it was North Farmington's night. They rebounded nicely after their loss to Williamston in the tournament opener, and now they move on to get ready for their OAA Red season, which will have some competitors waiting for them, including their rival West Bloomfield and namely Clarkston in Oak Park.
Yeah, but you're feeling better about getting this win to close out the tournament. I think if the games were reversed, you're not feeling as high going out of this, getting ready for your league play. So I'll take the early loss if I can bookend it with a win like this.
Yeah, no doubt. Big night from Ryan Hurst and many others. This is also an opportunity for teams to recover and rest before the new year, get ready as the season schedules are about to heat up. Our schedules also are going to heat up. We're going to get our season schedules together, and we'll have a list for you in the new year of all the tournaments we're involved with. Looking forward to the 8th of January and the Gotta Get It Classic up in Grand Blanc. It's been a wonderful tournament, and this is a tournament that has seen 6 games for us in 3 days. And I want to thank our hard-working crew for being a part of it, and especially tonight's crew. Rob Sarna on camera, along with our cameraman on the baseline tonight, Steve Rhoda, and Sam Fisher doing great things in his hometown in North Farmington. Kyle Buchanan up there coming off an injury on Monday night, taking the rebound, coming back with 2 great nights with us. Evan Westfall on graphics, Chase Kaufman in the assistant producer chair, Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Willie Mania is on statistics tonight. We want to thank our creative team led by James Ferris and Julia Pisano. My partner is Sam Stick Day. It's been a good time, partner. Thanks for hanging out. And we look forward to seeing you back very soon.
Hey, man, we got some high-level basketball here in high school for Southeast Michigan, so I'm looking forward to a great season.
Looking forward to having you along. We'll keep it going. We'll have a schedule out soon. Check us out on the Prep Sports YouTube for the replay of this game. The final score tonight, North Farmington wins it by 18 in their own gym. Thanks for watching. We are the Prep. Have a great night, everybody. So long.